Iowa Live.
From the Carl Chevrolet Studios in West Des Moines, welcome to Iowa Live. I am Lou, and it's always fun to learn about something that happened on this day in Iowa history. That's why we check in with Professor Jeff Stein, and he presents us the Iowa Almanac. Hello, Professor Stein. How are you?
I am tremendous, Lou. Hope you are the same.
Yes, we sure are. But we're going to talk about something today. You know, Iowans have always responded to the call to serve in the military and have always distinguished themselves with very unique achievements. And this is exactly the case here today.
From even before we became a state. Let's go back to 1836. Now, that's when Texas won its independence from Mexico and became a separate country, the country of Texas. Well, the country of Texas became one of the United States in 1845. That's just a year before our state of Iowa was admitted into the Union. Well, in early 1846, war broke out over where the border was between Mexico and Texas. Now, our American history books call it the Mexican War. Mexican history books, though, refer to it as the U.S. invasion. Where you stand depends on where you sit, obviously. Well, Congress declared war on Mexico in May of 1846, and the U.S. doubled the size of its Army fighting force.
And that would undoubtedly include a company from Iowa, because we know how dedicated they are.
Absolutely right. And we've talked before, you and I, in this segment about some of the soldiers who volunteered from the Iowa Territory in prior years to serve. Well, today, the story of Company K from Fort Madison, which was mustered for duty a year into that Texas-Mexico War. They joined Major General Winfield Scott's 13,000-man army and participated in the American victory at the Battle of Cerro Gordo in April of 1847. Scott's army fought its way to Mexico City. Heavy casualties, though. They lost 40% of the men along the way to combat and disease. And one of those lost, Lou, was the Iowa Company commander, one Captain Edwin Guthrie.
Oh, man, I didn't know that. The things we learn on the Iowa Almanac. But ultimately, the U.S. did win, and that's another Iowa angle to this story, isn't it?
This is kind of cool, I think, anyway. It was on this date, September 14, in 1847, that General Scott's army captured the capital of Mexico City. And that is when an Iowan, Benjamin S. Roberts of Fort Madison, made history. You see, he was serving with the U.S. Mounted Rifle Regiment at the time. Benjamin Roberts personally removed the Mexican flag that was flying over the National Palace and replaced it with the American flag. It is the sure sign of military conquest, isn't it? When you hoist your country's flag in place of your enemies. And when the U.S. Army captured the Mexican capital, it was Iowa's Benjamin Roberts who flew Old Glory over the Mexican National Palace, and it happened on this date in 1847.
Well, that is absolutely incredible. In the history that have Iowans involved that really changed the way that everybody's living even to today is really fascinating, isn't it?
Well, and when we go through these stories of Iowans who distinguish themselves or make their mark in one way or another, literally the one who took down the enemy flag and put up the U.S. flag, coming from Fort Madison.
Yeah, so right here in the state of Iowa. And that's why we love visiting with you on the Iowa Almanac. You learn so many different things every single day of the year. And every single day you have something documented that has an Iowa tie with Iowa history attached to it. Now, if people want to go back and check any date of the entire year and find out what happened on that day, what's the easiest thing that they can do?
Fire up that computer, Lou. It's iowaalmanac.com. We post a new story every weekday. The old stories, as you mentioned, are there as well for reference. iowaalmanac.com, or if you're into the social media, we are at Iowa Almanac.
There we go. And X marks the spot. Isn't that what they say now?
The social media site formerly known as Twitter. The X, yes.
As we both do the hand thing. There you go. Professor Stein, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Lou, have a great day.
Yeah, you have a great day too. And when we come back, everybody, we are going to check out the Home Show Expo and show you what's going on there live on Iowa Live.